As the sun shines in all of my glory, my flaws don't look so bad at all. What was I so afraid of?
Hey everybody, it's Sharmel. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. So today I am back with my first lock styling video with my new set of locks. If you want the tea about this new set, I will have all the associated videos linked down below, but let's get into this tutorial. So it's been about 3 weeks since my last retwist, and as you guys can see, them roots are rooting. So I'm just starting by spraying it down with some water to hydrate it, and then I'm also going to go in with some oil. You can use the oil of your choice. I'm taking that along my scalp, my hairline, and just squeezing it into my locks. So if you guys have been around since my first lock journey, you guys know I love some curly locks. So I'm going to be giving Flexi rods another chance. I've tried Flexi rods in the past and it can be real hit or miss. And so I would usually opt for the perm rods because my perm rod set usually come out really good, but those can also be really time consuming. So I was determined to perfect doing these curls with Flexi rods. So I used about 4 to 6 locks per rod, and depending on the section that I'm working in, and I'm just wrapping those locks around the rod, and I'm going in a diagonal motion, and I'm making sure not to overlap any hair, and I'm also keeping it really close together. And then I just fold those ends up of the rod to secure it, and there you have it. So the first thing I'm doing different with this set is I'm working with dry hair. Yes, I did spray my hair at the beginning of the video, but ideally when I do any type of curly sets, I usually work on wet to damp hair. And yeah, although I sprayed it with water, my hair is far from like being wet how it would usually be. And so I wanted to try it on dry hair just because one of the main struggles when doing any type of curly set on your locks is making sure that your hair dries completely, because if your hair doesn't dry completely, those curls will not set. So I wanted to completely eliminate that factor. And then the other reason I wanted to try it on dry hair is because whenever I use Flexi rods on loose hair, whether it's like a weave, a wig, or if it's on a silk press, my hair is always dry and the curls always come out really good. So I wanted to see if the same thing would apply to my locks. And then another thing I'm doing differently this time is I'm not using any products. So usually when I do like my perm rods or when I've tried Flexi rods in the past, I will also use like some setting foam or something. I didn't use any of that this time, as you guys can see. Like literally I'm just wrapping these things around my head as is. And then obviously, as I mentioned before, I'm using multiple locks per rod compared to when I do like the perm rod sets and I have to do like one lock per perm rod, which takes a lot of time, like I said before. So yeah, I'm really trying to master my Flexi rod sets, because even putting these in, it didn't take long. It probably took me like 10-15 minutes max to put these Flexi rods in my head. And so I would love to have like a quicker alternative if I want like some curly locks or just like a little curly style. So yeah. And here is what it looks like once all the Flexi rods are in. I'm not sure how many Flexi rods I used. If I had to guess, I would say anywhere from like 12 to 15, so not too bad. And then I'm just going to tie my hair down with a scarf, put my bonnet on, and then go to sleep. I slept with these Flexi rods in overnight, so no dryer, just letting them air dry and set as is. And here we are the next day. I thought these Flexi rods would be a little more comfortable to sleep in, but honestly, it wasn't all that comfortable. But yeah, y'all, now it's time for the moment of truths. So I'm gonna take my time unraveling these, and I'm also being gentle, trying my best not to disrupt the curl pattern. This first one I did kind of mess up a little bit, y'all. As y'all can see, it was doing some weird stuff. I thought I had messed it up, but it's gonna come together. Once I found my rhythm though, we were pretty much good to go. So as you guys can see, I got some pretty good definition. Now, because I use multiple locks and I don't know the size of these Flexi rods, but yeah, because I use a lot of locks and I didn't use like super small Flexi rods, it's not going to be like a super tight curl. It's more of a wave, but overall I do think the definition looks good considering those things. And so here is how it looks once all of the flexi rods are removed. It was one section in the back I feel like I could have did a better job at wrapping, but overall I am really satisfied with the definition, especially considering that I did it on dry hair and didn't use any products. But now I'm just going to gently separate those sections so that, you know, it's more full and it gives more body. And again, I'm being really gentle because I don't want to disrupt the curls, especially considering it's like more on the wavy side. So yeah, if you tug on it too much or do too much, you will definitely kind of ruin the curl pattern. So make sure to take your time separating these. And then lastly, I just kind of fluffed it out just to make sure all the locks were separated and to add a little fullness and volume to it. And then I went in and did my edges, and then that was pretty much it. I just kind of played around with it to figure out how I was going to style it. Overall, I'll rate this about like a 6.5, maybe a 7 out of 10. I think it's a lot better than my flexi rod sets in the past, but I do think like the perm rods are just goated. Those always look really good. But this is definitely a cool little in-between retwist style if you want to add a little texture to your locks, and it was really easy and quick to do, so it doesn't hurt giving it a try. I do feel like I probably would have enjoyed it more if I did it closer to when my retwist was still kind of fresh, but all in all, it was still a cute style for the day. Honestly, the waves did not last very long. I feel like by day 3 it was kind of done with. Initially I styled it as a side part, but then at the last minute I decided that I like the bust down middle part a little better, so this is how I ended up wearing it for the day. But yeah, y'all, that is going to be it for this tutorial. I'm super excited to be back to my locks. I am still kind of taking my time to ease back into the styling just because this is a fresh set of lock extensions and I don't want to do anything to disrupt them. But y'all, don't worry, I have a bunch of styles saved that I can't wait to try. But thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all of my social media platforms at Sharmel Lynette, and I will see you beautiful people in my next video. Bye.